Hello?
Hey, Clarence.
What's up, my guy?
Now, I need your help, bro. Remember that girl we saw at the club about a couple weeks ago?
You talking about Club Atrocious?
We was at Club Atrocious. Yeah. Now, remember the girl I hooked up with?
Hell no, you know I be drinking.
You don't remember? Okay. It was the girl that wore the legging dress. She had the natural quick weave.
Aquafina, nigga?
I knew you would know who I'm talking about. That's what I need your help with, man. She a great girl. I really like her. She cook, she clean, man, she cook a hell of a pot roast. But it's one problem, man. One major problem, Clarence. And I think you can help me. Remember the other girl that you used to hang out with, Shaniqua?
Fish fry, nigga?
Yes, the girl that smelled like burnt pickle juice. The reason I'm asking you is because she smelled like, bruh, like I said, she is the perfect girl. But making love, it smelled like we making love to the back of a PS4. Man, I was hitting it last night and it smelled like dead fish, Clarence. What am I supposed to do with that, man?
Bro, just do what I did. I bought my girl a Steam.
A Steam?
From Colombian Exchange.
From Colombian Exchange?
Every time, it's fresh as a whistle, my guy.
How much is it, man? This sounds expensive, a boom Steam.
Under a dub.
It's only around $20. Ooh, okay. Man, you know me, I'm cheap as hell. They got any discounts running or anything?
Get 25% off now.
25%?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm doing the math right now.
Add it up.
Clarence, man, you a lifesaver, and what I gotta do?
Oh, it come with easy to read instructions.
Oh, it come with instructions and everything?
For shit show.
I'm happy that you know to go to Colombian Exchange, order a womb steam, and I'll get 25% off of it. No promo code needed.
It's basically a miracle.
Damn, Clarence, you a lifesaver, man. Hey, let's meet on Friday for fantasy football. I know football over, but I can't let it go, Clarence. I can't let it.
What's up, guys? This is Kyrie with White Rabbit Psychedelics, and I get a lot of questions of, is it safe? If I take a microdose capsule, will I go crazy? I'm a little weary. So I just wanted to do a quick little video on what happens when you take a pill and just let you know that nothing crazy is going to happen. Nothing weird is going to happen. I got a capsule right here. This is pure grade A, psilocybin. I'm going to take a capsule and I'm going to just show you guys that just nothing can happen.
The claustrum is a really thin sheet of gray matter in the brain, tucked deep within each of the hemispheres of the brain.
Fred believes the claustrum's central location and shape suggest it regulates communication between the departments.
What happens next is that we seem to observe a radical change in the way that brain regions talk to each other. And it may be within this context that we're experiencing learning and a possible even rewiring of the circuits that govern our behavior. And it may be that it's that radical reorganization that allows people to encounter new psychological insights that they hadn't encountered before.
It's almost like they've seen this kind of grand menu within their mind that they weren't aware of, that this greater number of possibilities that they can explore.
It's like reprogramming the operating system of a computer. You're getting down to very basic code level changes that can enduringly change someone going forward.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash turned you on to LSD. What was that like? Tell me a little about that.
Oh, how much time we got?
About a minute. But you can do a lot in a minute.
A minute?
Yeah.
Okay, it took the fear of death away.
Really? That's a great answer.
One, yeah.
That's a great answer. But did it hold?
Yeah.
Do you have to keep taking it to not be scared? No, did it hold? Did the lack of fear, the losing the fear of death?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely. Once you've lost the fear of death, it doesn't matter.
How did it, what happened to you? How did that manifest?
Oh, my dear. Have you heard of the white light? Have you ever heard of that?
Only when I'm going into Jersey.
Well, I went into this place that was the white light, where everything's okay.
Well, I think that's worth taking. Yeah.
And I think it ought to be mandatory that all our politicians should do it at least once.
That's a good suggestion. You know, I remember reading that Cary Grant went on an acid trip also in the old days. So a lot of Hollywood people seem to like LSD.
Yes, and college students and high school students and doctors and lawyers and dentists.
The claustrum is a really thin sheet of gray matter in the brain.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, man. We here for another video. We get some tunes in the background, man. Set the mood for the day, you know. It's always a lot going on. Peace to y'all family, peace to y'all tribes, peace to y'all collectives, peace to the people that you work with, the people that's going to be sharing the road with you. Because at the end of the day, have to figure out a way to work together, even if we don't understand people, all of that type of deal. So today we're going to talk about 3 specific things. We're going to talk about the full moon in Cancer. We got a minor grand trine between Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. And we're going to talk about the Pashaya Nakshatra, and that is the energy that the full moon is taking place in. And there's like a lot of things happening in the world. So when these things happen, like, not new to this, kind of true to this, I tend to get more aligned and tuned in with the spiritual. With that being said, I just want to go ahead first and just show the chart, and we can start talking about the chart. Let me get myself together. There we go. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Peace to everybody, man. Peace, AA. Peace, Healing Goddess. Peace, Hood Mystic. Like that dude. Peace, Jazz. Mad Titan. Lily. CMT. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Shout out to y'all who don't comment, right? But make sure you like the video, right? It's take 2 seconds to do. If you're watching this live, right? If you're watching this post live, take 2 seconds, like the video. I'll greatly appreciate it. Peace, Kasha. Hope all is well. Living in America. So let's look at this chart, right? First of all, if you're new here, we're going to deal with the astronomy of the chart, meaning the actual placements of the charts. And presently, the sun is in Capricorn and the moon is in Cancer. As archetypes, Capricorn represents the father, Cancer represents the mother. In nature, Capricorn represents a mountain, Cancer represents an ocean. So when you think about who you are up, you are down, you're a mountain, you are an ocean, you are human, you are soul. And if you ever and when you look at a full moon, you have to be able to connect the dots. You have to be able to cross the bridge to get to the other side and more or less utilize the bridge. You know, wherever you live, 10 times out of 10, it's a bridge there to make it reasonable to travel to different parts of towns. So when we think about our lives and we think about how we're going to make it in this particular matrix, we have to have some level of bridging our physical and our spiritual or soul like self. So on top of that, today is a Thursday. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, and we have this minor grand trine that's kind of like flanked by Jupiter and Aries, but the nakshatra Pushaya that we're going to be talking about is actually ruled by Jupiter, right? And today is a Thursday. Today is a full moon. And if you don't know, full moons are portals for change. Full moons are portals for miracles. And it's another aspect that you can actually work with, and that's Sun conjunct Pluto, right? When you are able to live and express your truth for change, your truth for a better living situation, more money, more success in your business, more connection with your loved ones, things like that. This is the time for that. But, right, when you reference transformation, you're also referencing a great change, a change in how you operate and how you go and how you live. You can't transform and be in the same situation. So, what does this look like? Um, Being very practical, very literal on how you're going to change your life, right? And on top of that, you have the moon in Cancer. So, you have spiritual workings, spiritual understandings, and spiritual ideas. When you think about spiritual concepts, these are generally brought down from the mother. The mother is usually more religious than the father, where the father just wants to work, make money, and while the father is out, the mother is usually praying or something like that, in traditional archetypes. But when you talk about it metaphysically, you have to understand that you as an individual have to partake in the world, and you also have to understand who you are spiritually. So I just want to look at a couple of things, and I also want to tie some things into previous videos, right? Where in probably like 2 or 3 videos ago, I was talking about Ananda and how Ananda equates to bliss and happiness, but you have to have a particular focus, right? And you can, the way that I describe it is like a shirt. And if you have a shirt with 5 different colors, it's still a shirt. But if a person say, what color is the shirt? You got to say 5 different colors. So this is how I would explain understanding astrology. Astrology is the shirt, and the planets are the colors on the shirt that make up the shirt. You can't take one planet away because all planets have a particular purpose in our solar system, because our sun creates an electromagnetic orbit, like a track for these planets to orbit around it, because the electromagnetic energy is so strong. But then you start to think about your relationships and the people that come in and out of your life or in and out of your home, because they're like your loved ones. That is electromagnetic spectrum as well. You are bringing people into your orbit, and they're like coming and going. So we understand life because we understand astrology. Man, shout out to the boy Rob Blackstore with the cash app, man. I appreciate that, brother. If I had some sound effects, I'll play some, man. But thank you, man. Appreciate you. Much love as always. But let me get this off. We as spiritual beings create our own orbits, whether it's the people that we work with. Think about if you a trapper, right? Some of y'all sell dope. This is the Hood Mystic channel, right? Think about all of the people that you sell dope to, right? They call you sometimes, you don't hear from them for a while, then they call you again. That's an orbit of people. And then if you like close your eyes and see the pattern of people who calling you, some people call you every day. That would be your mercurial drug buyers, right? Some people call you every year, get a big amount, a large amount. That is your Jupiterian buyers, right? But we can understand astrology. We can understand ourselves. We can understand our social networks. We can understand a lot because everything operates in waves and cycles. Hardly anything is operating under a particular constant, steady stream. Even money. Money is like that. So this chart is a very interesting chart. As I stated, we have the full moon and we also have the minor grand trine, which is happening in Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus. And I'll explain that in like clear, excuse me, clear matter of fact terms. What is a minor grand trine and what should it look like? I've talked about it in previous videos. Let me clear my throat. You know, I've been drinking the ginger root, no, turmeric, lemon, and cayenne pepper. I know I'm losing weight because when I did pull-ups yesterday, I was like, ooh, this is easy. And me, I've been working out for a minute, like working out every day, but that wasn't really accelerating my weight loss. So I've been doing that little concoction, and that's the one right there, boy. That's the one. Shout out to full moon and Cancer. Cancer rules the gut, right? Shit like that. But anyways, I'm gonna explain this minor grand trine, and I'm gonna also talk about the Pushaya Nakshatra. And I'm gonna get into some like minor details, and let's get into some minor details now, because the title of this video is nature. And I already had that title. I already had the definition and the etymology of nature already in my brain. And then I did the research for this full moon. So as we can see, the sun is at 11 degrees Capricorn. Y'all can't see, but now y'all can see. The sun at 11 degrees Capricorn in Sidereal Astrology, right? And then the actual meaning of 11 degrees Capricorn is refining and beautifying nature. But what is nature? Niggas think they know what nature is, and I guarantee you, when we deal with the etymology of nature, you ain't even going to know what nature is. Nature is the restorative powers of the body. Nature is bodily processes. Nature is the powers of growth. So this gets into the story of Thera and Brispati, right? And I wonder if it's online because I read it in a book. But you know how the books they don't be having every year. This ain't online, so I'm gonna have to find it in a book. Just give me a minute. Pull this up for y'all so we can be on the same page. Cause if I'm just like talking about some stuff, it sounds like I'm a complete and utter crazy person. So that's why I always show. My kids did something weird on my damn computer last night. Now I gotta log back in to everything. Ain't it weird how robots be telling you, asking you if you're a robot or not? Like, what do you mean by that, sir? I know you are, but what am I? You out? You taking the car? Okay. Let's get into a story real quick. I'm so afraid to do a factory reset, but I'm feeling like every day I need to take that leap. Nature. Nature being the principle of life, character, essence, natura, the course of things, the natural character, constitution, quality, the universe. Because everything operates on the atomic structure. There's so much money out there for you to get. All you got to do is become the sun. What is the sun? The sun is the center of our galaxy, the center of our solar system. Without the sun, there would be no energy, there would be no plant life. The sun radiates. I'm telling you the game. You don't got your shit together and you want to have your shit together. I'm gonna tell you how to get your shit together. The reason that I know you're gonna get your shit together is because the universe creates the whole system for you. Listen, the universe, nature, is all out there for you. So when we having these conversations on astrology, I don't. It's education time. It's time to learn. It's time to understand. It's time to get a deeper understanding of the motherfucking world that we live in. Because who the fuck knows? Like, who the fuck really knows? The shit that makes sense to me is the atomic structure. Nucleus, protons, and electrons. You send out energy, and these energies orbit you. The larger you send out your energy, the more that energy comes back to you. If you don't send out energy, you want to take. You wondering why motherfuckers ain't doing nothing for you is because you don't radiate shit. You don't radiate. You don't send out. You don't send out nothing to get anything in return. This is the nature of things. So one would say, "I'm a piece of shit. Don't nobody like me. Why, why, why?" The restorative powers of the body is where you start at. But if you drinking slit malt liquor bulls, doing all of this wild and weird shit with your body, you know LeBron James invests $1 million. I invest at least like 10K on herbs, supplements. I spend a lot of money on different ginger root, turmeric root, all types of shit. I got all types of herbs, all types of powders, all types of shit. I spend guap just because. Why not? Why not do things that's gonna help your body? It's finally loaded, y'all. I got this goddamn I got this goddamn computer from a swap meet. Nobody told me not to do that, but I did it anyways. Let's start with the backstory, because the backstory is this. Do, do, do. So Bruce Spotty, be like, bruh, Spotty, what's Bruce Spotty? Bruce Spotty, hold on. Let's be clear about this shit. Brispati is the planet Jupiter. Okay. So when I'm saying Brispati, you like, what the fuck is Brispati, hood? I don't know what the fuck Brispati is, hood. Fuck Brispati, nigga. We talking about Jupiter. What the fuck is Jupiter, hood? I don't know what the fuck Jupiter is, nigga. Fuck Jupiter, nigga. We on planet Earth. This is just a quarter. We can't even put it in frame how big Jupiter is compared to our little stupid ass planet. Bitches out here twerking a sexy red. One's in the chat if they twerking a sexy red on this goddamn planet for no fucking reason. Look how big Jupiter is. So when we talk about Jupiter or Brispati, put some respect on this motherfucking name, man. Okay? Put some respect on Big Jupiter, man. What the fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all say ignorance bliss, but I don't think so, man. Put some respect on this nigga's name, man. So let's start this train of thought. The moon, the full moon, is in the Pushaya Nakshatra. We gotta be on the same page, because otherwise I'm just a nigga here, a crazy ass nigga talking a whole bunch of shit. My boy Mad Titan with the 999. Appreciate that, man. Hey, Jupiter Ascending is one of the coldest movies. That is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I didn't even understand that it was going to be that good. It's not. It's like it's so good. Like when I watched that movie, I was like, "Damn, I didn't even want this movie to be this good." Dope ass movie. I feel like it's a must watch. You should have that in your memory banks. Just personal opinion. But anyways, let's get back to the story. So Pushaya Nakshatra. Let's start here. We're reading about the Pushaya Nakshatra. That's what we're reading about. The deity of the Pushaya Nakshatra is Bruhaspati. But when we say Bruhaspati, that's just an old ass way or a Sanskrit way to saying Jupiter. Okay? So now, once we get into the story of Bruhaspati, we'll be talking about the nakshatra, we'll be talking about this full moon, and we'll also be talking about this day, and we'll also be talking about yo black ass or yo cream ass, because there's some cream asses watching. Everybody don't have a black ass. I just now realized that. When I was growing up, everybody had a black ass. Get your black ass off the goddamn dresser. Mama, why my ass black? Let's talk about it. Let's learn one more story of Bruhaspati or Jupiter. Bruhaspati had a wife named Thera. And this is all mythology, metaphysics, right? Thera, the wife of Bruhaspati, was very attractive. When Sama saw her, he was attracted towards Thera. Later, he seduced Thera, and Thera couldn't resist Soma's attractive personality. Finally, Soma took her away, and this made Bruhaspati angry. He asked Soma to return his wife, but Soma refused to do so. The war started between Soma and Bruhaspati. So when we talk about Soma, Soma is the moon, right? What does Soma rule? Soma rules semen and ovaries. Well, that could never make sense, Hood Mystic. How are you just gonna say some bullshit like that? At nighttime, do you get horny? Why you get horny at nighttime when all day you was playing basketball? You was running up and down the court. You wasn't even thinking about no vagine. You was like going to work. When think about no vagine, you lay in bed like, I'm horny. Let me get on this damn app. Let me get on this damn phone. If you got a girl next to you, you're gonna start rubbing on her booty. Why is that? That's because Soma influences the night. But the moon is always out. That's why you can still have sex at time during the day. You ever walk outside and it be the daytime and you look up, the moon is, you can see the moon? Yeah. Sometimes you might be horny during the day, right? So you could be horny at any time, but you more prevalent to be horny during the night because the sun is no longer influencing or having a nigga think he need to get a job, right? I need to make money. I need to get a job. Well, that's the sun's influence, right? But some people can have certain mentalities, certain dispositions that they can make their money at night. And night money is sweeter than day money, right? Say, for instance, you got a night hustle. You probably working from like 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, making the same money as a nigga working from Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, right? So opening your consciousness, like nightclubs, strip clubs, and all that, that's soma, but that's also a level of like business, or like taking that sexual energy and alchemizing it into making money. Where some dudes would just sit and watch porn. Same difference, but it's a level of alchemy with certain individuals. So this is a war between the moon and Jupiter. Lord Brahma stepped in and insisted Soma return Thera. Thera was impregnated by Soma. When Thera delivered a baby, she was special and beautiful. Both Soma and Bruhaspati felt an attachment to the baby. Finally, Jupiter adopted the baby. What is this story talking about? This story is talking about life, right? This story is talking about human beings. We have physical, animalistic life that exists, and that is Soma, right? Jupiter, the aspect of Jupiter that we don't even fucking grasp about ourselves, right? Our Jupiterian nature, where Jupiter is at in our chart, right? Where Jupiter is at in the calendar or in the like the transit chart. That's the part of us that we don't even fucking understand. Understand when we talk about the soul is larger than the whole entire earth because the soul is tied into Jupiter. What makes a soul is Jupiter, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. That's what makes a soul. Because these planets are connected to the galaxy. When you talk about the moon is connected to Earth. So the moon likes to play God, meaning that, like, say for instance, a dog can fuck another dog and have a baby. Do that make it spiritual? Not necessarily. And if you think that's like an ant fucking another ant, and now you having a fucking ant baby, and now we fucking like, can you believe that ant just had a baby? Oh my God, God is real. Said nobody ever. There's something more to life than just fucking. I'm sorry to tell you that. but understand Soma and Jupiter, like because we have a Jupiterian influence, we can build buildings on this planet, and a dog can't ever build a planet. A lion can't. I mean, a dog can't ever build a building. A lion could never build a building. A bear could never build a building. A monkey could never build a building. Why do humans build buildings? Because Bruhaspati and Soma had a baby, which is us on this planet. Okay, Kyrie, you're weird. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a fucking idiot. Okay, let's talk about this. Bruhaspati is split into Bruhath, large, and Pati, which means Lord. The literal meaning of the word Bruhaspati is large Lord. Now, when I show y'all this picture, one's in the chat if you can understand, overstand, and understand why Bruhaspati would be Jupiter and Jupiter would be called a large Lord in comparison to Earth. One's in the chat. Jupiter is the largest planet. Jupiter is called Bruhaspati. The literal meaning of the word Tara is a star. We already learned about Soma when we learned about Mugrashira Nakshatra. Yes, in this context, Soma means the moon. Jupiter is also called Jiva. Here, Tara, which is Jupiter's wife, which is a star, because we are star beings, we are able to think at different levels to create, do art, create buildings, sing, dance, travel, build planes, do all of this amazing stuff on this planet because we're not actually from here. We're star beings we're here from the galaxy. We're here because we were actually kidnapped by the moon. That's why we're here. The moon governs the earth, but we are planetary beings. So when we talk about Tara being a star, this is in reference to our soul, in the aspect of our soul. Here, Tara is an indication of Atma or a soul. The Jiva takes birth through sperm in the form of the baby, so the baby is owned by Jupiter or Jiva or the soul, and the body of the baby, right? The body which was created through up and down sex is indicated by the moon. So it's a war outside going on. No man is safe from. You could be either 4 feet or 8'1". A baby has an impact from a past life or his soul, and he has genes from Soma. Finally, the baby leaves this world after living life and returns to its jiva or soul-like form. This is indicated by the return of the baby to Bruhaspati. So this is why when we transition, we got to get into a deeper understanding of this, right? Because this shit is kind of a rabbit hole, but fuck it. Jupiter, we can do a correspondence between Jupiter and Zeus. So the Greek equivalent of Jupiter is Zeus, right? But then if you connect Jesus to Zeus, you get a connection too. This is a picture I like. Iusis means Hail Zeus. Jesus means Hail Zeus. But then you got like concepts like heaven, right? Or Mount Olympus. So this is like I never even understood like heaven and Jesus. Like every like when people transition, they go to heaven, right? To be with Jesus. And it's like, what the hell y'all niggas talking about? Like what did y'all talking about? They talking about Jupiter and different planets that you go to because you actually go home. Because this ain't your motherfucking home. Like your consciousness, your soul, all this shit is not in this life. Does that mean that, you know, you just give up on life because you're on Earth? No, but you don't cave in to the body and what the body needs and what the body wants and what your ego wants and what you heard about on TV and all of this type of stuff. You got to get into your birth chart. You got to understand your motherfucking birth chart. If you don't understand your planetary alignment, you ain't even going to understand yourself. And everything in reference to religion and mythology helps us understand astrology, but these are indication of planetary influences on this planet that act as our aid. So the aid is information and things of that nature that helps us get a leg up. But when we are in our ego, when we are in our lower self, or we are in our emotional self without any activation of chakras, because the chakras are connected to the planets. The chakras help you understand who you are at a soul level. If you get a lot of money, man, if you just get a good job and you just do the shit out here in the matrix, you gonna come back. And you gonna keep coming back. And your depression and your sadness and your confusion and your disillusion is all in because you don't care about who you are at a soul level. You trying to just heal some old wound from the past. So what's the solution? I personally like solutions. The moon, let's show the chart. I'm gonna show the chart. Give us a baseline. The moon is at 11 degrees Cancer in the sidereal chart. 11 degrees Sabian symbol is employing the subtle power of laughter. How the fuck do you do that though? Diminishing the influence of our role models. Man, I know niggas is going to perpetrate and portray themselves as coming to help you, coming to lead you. If you can do it, I can do it. That's the biggest bullshit anybody ever told you. Don't ever say because somebody else did some shit that you can do some shit. That don't even make sense. Because LeBron James made it to the NBA and was the all-time leading scorer, I can be the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. Make that make sense. There are no role models. Listen, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you have to begin to be solution based. And you can't be solution based by taking this matrix seriously. I hope that somebody is understanding and overstanding the differentiation between the body and the planetary understanding of who you are. That's connected to the information and the education and the inner intrinsic understanding of who you are. I'm telling you, it's two different worlds. But once again, a good video that I did this week, how to do spells. You got to be able to verbalize your spells with the constitution of herbs and charcoal. Motherfuckers, stop being spiritually lazy, dog. That shit is weird as hell. The reason why we do the reason why we do herbs, right? Think about this. What is a herb? A herb is a plant. What are we talking about? Planets. Plants is the same motherfucking world. Word. Plants don't come from the moon. Plants come from the different. They say the moon is a satellite. What does a satellite do? A satellite receives images and information and then sends that information to different places. So if the moon is a satellite, the moon is not the creator of anything. The moon is just receiving information from Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Venus, different stars, star systems, all different types of energies. It's receiving it and sending it here. These different types of energies manifest as plant life. The diversity in plant life, fungi, water, marine biology, fish, all this type of shit on this planet is due to particular planetary influences. Science will say evolution, but why you ain't never seen evolution? You ain't never seen a squirrel start flying one day. You ain't never did nothing that you ain't did. You know your limitations down here. So how did we ever evolve? No, we were influenced. And all of this shit happened at the same time. That's what we don't actually understand. So there's this whole array of a life that is created by planetary influence. We don't understand it within ourselves. We don't understand it within our world because we are ruled and controlled by the moon. You thinking with your dick, you get somebody pregnant, now you got to work to support your family. End of story. It's niggas that's dead as a doorknob and they ain't even dead. They alive just like me and you, but they only gonna go to work until they die. That's the influence of the moon. The moon rises, the moon sets, the sun rises, the sun sets. Every day you think about what job you got to do for that day. So then how do we get to a point where we're laughing and enjoying life? You got to understand who you are. And who you are is not following no nigga telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Hey, I'm never giving advice on what you should or shouldn't do because your soul is going to tell you exactly what the fuck you need to do. All I'm telling you to do is make sure you clear on your soul. Hood, how do you mean? How do I be clear on my soul? Diminishing the influence of your role models. Period, point blank. I don't care who the fuck it is. Down to your motherfucking great grandmammy. That is an influence that you don't need. Who you are on this earth based upon ancestry is cool. It's in part of your ancestors is from that other place too. But I'm not talking about celestial ancestry. I'm talking about physical 3D ancestry. Because when we talk about human beings that is ruled by the moon, that don't have no chakras, that don't even give a fuck about this shit, yeah, them is the same animals like a lion and a bear. They ain't gonna build shit on this planet. They ain't gonna organize. They ain't gonna unite. They ain't gonna they ain't gonna do shit. They're gonna work. Listen, they're gonna work. They're gonna take their black ass home. Why everybody got a black ass? I don't know. But it's gonna be some cream asses, some white asses, some goddamn yellow asses too. They're gonna work at their job, they're gonna make their money, and they're gonna go home. They're gonna wake up, they're gonna go to work, they're gonna make their money, they're gonna go home. Cause they fucking animals. That's like you trying to tell a bear, hey man, throw in a suit, come to this job with me. Imagine you going into a job with a bear. Motherfuckers gonna run away. Like, what is you doing bringing that animal in here? That's the same way as y'all having a baby daddy acting like y'all gonna actually marry that nigga. Baby girl, that's a bear. He gonna bite you. He gonna chew you. He gonna chew you to shreds. That's an animal. That's an animal. Because if you can't talk about chakras with a motherfucker, that's an animal. He ruled by the moon. She ruled by the moon. All she give a fuck about, what is an animal going to do? They're going to eat that chicken. They're going to eat that beef. They're going to eat that pork. They're going to eat whatever meat. Why you eating that meat? Because you're a fucking animal. When you start spiritual developing and spiritual understanding in a real way, you don't eat meat no more. You ain't about to take part in the slaughtering of another animal. And it's all different type of shit that you can eat. There's so much shit you can eat. Hey, I haven't ate meat in so long, and I'll always be full. I'm trying to get rid of a gut. I say all of that to say it ain't about health. It's just about common sense. And people will be like mad about it. Hey, I'm calling you out. Tell me something different. Oh, I'm anemic, hood. I gotta eat steak. I need the protein. Hey, no judgment from me. I'm just giving you the real. So, let's talk about this Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus retrograde trine. We got Saturn in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aries, and Venus in Sagittarius. Let's show it on the chart so everybody can see it. One more again. Now let's talk about each aspect one by one. Saturn in Aquarius is kind of flanking it. It's kind of like starting it. So once again, let's try to understand this in a more concise, clear way. Saturn is an aspect, it's a color on the shirt, right? It is part of the soul. But this part of the soul is the ability to be disciplined in your spiritual pursuits, to take your spiritual pursuits seriously in a sense where you're not mad serious, but you're just serious in the aspect of like it's important to you to do the spiritual work. Because if it's not important for you to spiritually understand yourself, understand your soul, there's gonna be other important shit that you're gonna do, and it's not gonna lead you to your soul. So Saturn is more of a, like a priority. The area that is in the chart is more of like information technology, IT, being able to understand a bunch of different things all at once. So the ways for which that you are able to learn this is basically by learning it. If you're not there yet, you can get there. You have to educate yourself. You have to inform yourself on new different things. You have to do different things. You have to learn things, or else Saturn will put you in a position, right, that you feel like you have to do the shit that you used to do. That's the only thing you're gonna think about during this time. Oh, I gotta go back to work. Oh, I gotta go back to the stripper pole. Oh, I gotta go back to selling dope. Oh, I used to get money back in the day. Let me call this person that I used to get money back with, because I don't want to learn new information to propel myself into the future. That is not a reality for me. And once again, we're dealing with karma. Karma being associated with the moon, or being associated with the body, or being associated with life. You're going to do what feels comfortable. Learning new information is not comfortable, but if you can foresee, right, Saturn rules your psychic development. If you can begin to foresee, if I do this thing, if I learn this thing, if I apply the thing that I learn, I will improve. And it's not that hard, right? Every day people wake up and they need shit. Every single day people wake up and need shit. You can just be the person that helps them get what they need, or a business, or somebody somewhere. You can help them be the person that they need to be. And that's really selling and making money. Being that person that people, being that person that helps them get what they want. Everybody wants something. People need plumbing. People need tote bags. I don't know. People just need shit. If you learn how to be the person that is the person that supplies their need, that's going to help propel you into this new phase of energy, which represents Jupiter or Bruhaspati and Aries on a Thursday, right? Sextiling Saturn and trining Venus. Okay, so this Jupiterian energy, like new beginnings, new ways of understanding who you are. And honestly, my understanding of Jupiter within this study of the full moon has opened up a new door for me of developing a closer relationship with Jupiter and understanding the power and magnitude of Jupiter, and it lines up with the chart. This is a new beginning of, oh, my magnitude and my greatness, or our greatness, your greatness. This is a transit chart. But one thing's for sure and two things for certain, we not talking about the body. We not talking about life. We talking about who you are as a soul being. Who you are as a soul being, not who you are as a human. That's the largest part of you. That part of you is so vast, so multi-dynamic, so multi-purposeful, that it supersedes the fact if you you know did something strange for a piece of change last night. Nobody cares about that. Only the animals on earth. So we have this Jupiter energy. We have this Saturn energy. So Jupiter is sextile Saturn. So if you are able to tap into Jupiter, is a social planet, it's an outer planet, it's a very large planet, it's the planet of expansion. This aspect of yourself is the part of you that you might shut down. This part of you that doesn't show up to the party. We all got that part of us that we know we need to expand, but we don't expand it. So this is why it is sextile Jupiter. I mean, sextile Saturn, because now we can become a little bit more disciplined about bringing that part of us to the surface. And this is a delicate development of psyche and spirit, and it might be a longer drawn out period. You know, a Saturn and Jupiter sextile is a rather long aspect that requires a level of development. But I just hope that people will understand and bring some gnosis into their life to be like, all right, let me tap into this aspect of myself. And then if you get educated on, like, you got a secret talent of being a ballerina dancer, then the Saturn aspect in the second deacon of Aquarius is going to a ballerina school or taking an online ballerina course. But you need to understand that you can be a great ballerina dancer because that's tied to the largest aspect of you. You'll be the first guy ballerina dancer. Good morning, Jesse. How you doing? You good? And the baseline of this energy is Venus. And I'm going to give y'all a solution. I'm gonna explain this all together, how it makes sense to me. But I'm just setting the table. So Venus in the first deacon of Sagittarius is like, once we talk about Sagittarius in the chart, let's just break it down because motherfuckers would be like, what the hell you talking about, dog? That's why I be like showing y'all shit. I just don't be talking about it because that shit sound weird to me. Like, what do you mean when you be saying that shit that y'all be saying, man? What are y'all talking about, man? Y'all just be talking, man. Shut the fuck up. Sagittarius A is the supermassive black hole at the galactic center of the Milky Way. Okay, guys? We learning. Viewed from Earth, it is located near the border of the constellations Sagittarius and Scorpius. Okay? So, what is the Milky Way? The Milky Way is the galaxy that includes our solar system. So, our whole entire solar system is a part of a larger solar system. That's crazy to think about. With the name describing the galaxy's appearance from Earth. A hazy band of light can be seen in the night sky, formed from stars that cannot be individually distinguished by the naked eye. So it's so many stars in the Milky Way that we can't even, it's just so many fucking stars. I can't even give you a number of stars. It's just cajillion of motherfucking stars, right? This is why if you are a fucking got planets in Sagittarius, you need to get the fucking work and need to stop fucking feeling sorry about your motherfucking self. If energy is in Sagittarius, it's time to go to work. You need to start feeling sorry about yourself. Because when we talk about stars, we're talking about our soul that is within us. All of this energy, all of this power is within you. That shit should make you want to bust a nut. Just with no hands. Look, ma, no hands. Stars, Thera, Jupiter's wife, Athma. The soul have a lot of different colors on the shirt, but it's still the same shirt. You got so much power within you, but you don't give a fuck about your power because you don't study your chart. I don't even know if I got any planets in Sagittarius. That's like saying, I don't even know where my power is at for real. I just don't even care. I need to motherfucking goddamn get some money though. I know that much. I'm out here broke as hell. I know that much. Don't care about your chart. Don't really care. don't really want to really understand your chart. I get you. I got you. You gonna learn today though. You gonna learn today. Venus is in the first decan of Sagittarius. This energy is the galactic center of a whole entire different universe, a whole different type of galaxy, a larger galaxy. So all of these planets, all of these stars, and every time you go to sleep, you dream. You could go to any one of these motherfucking planets. That's why all this weird shit be happening in your dreams. You be on a whole different planet. But you so powerful and able to travel through different dimensions, space and time at a spiritual level, you don't even give yourself a chance because all you think you are is the physical body. Thus, Venus and Sagittarius, nigga, do you love this shit or not? Do you love your soul or not? Do you love your ancestors or not? Or is you fucking in the fucking matrix? You know why they call it matrix, right? Because it's ruled by the moon. The moon, they call the moon, they connect the moon to the fucking body with the 28-day menstrual cycle. Mother, matrix, moon. So you love your job. Oh, I got a good ass job. I can't stand when a person get on here talking to me. Well, I love where I'm at right now. I got me a good job. What do you mean by that? You mean to say you ain't got a job that's outright not stealing your energy? They sneakily stealing your energy. They give you a little bit of more trinkets, a little bit more bells and whistles. You go there, you don't got to work as hard. What do you mean you got a good job now? Don't love the Matrix, man. Bro, New Orleans, you got to understand a voodooist bitch come out this bitch with blue barrettes on, a dress that's 5 size too big for her, high heel boots, different color bracelets and beads on, start doing a weird dance, start talking to you in a weird language. You like, what the fuck? I don't know what's the fuck happening. That's that planetary influence. You don't know what dimension she coming from. When you show up in this motherfucking planet and motherfuckers know that you have planetary consciousness, nigga, they don't fuck with you. Nigga, they leave you the fuck alone. Trust me. I wear my jogging off hot. I wear my beads. I wear my bracelets. And I don't wear it in a way of fashion. I wear it in a way to let these motherfuckers know that I have knowledge of self. And not only do I have knowledge of self, I love this motherfucking shit. Now, the question that I ask you, do you love it? Or do you love your ego, your body, your family, your house, your clothes, your shoes, your fucking socks? You love that shit. That's what you love. So when we talk about the solution of activating this full moon energy through this minor grand trine, you ain't gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. Talking about the practice of austerity. This is what this minor grand trine represents. And trust me, I know you don't love this shit because you don't got no reason to love it, because the understanding hasn't been implemented since you've been a child. The education and understanding that you and that we have been taught and implemented is the education that we are just a physical vessel and nothing more, nothing less. And then when you begin to ignite certain spiritual conversations and certain spiritual ideologies, you be like, man, that's weird. I resonate with that. I wonder why. Oh, well, let me go back to fucking this bitch again. Squeak it, 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 squeak it. That was good, baby. I love you. You wanna be my girlfriend? So now every day you working, coming home, then it's squig it, 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 squig it. Ah, I love you. Squig it, 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 squig it. That's the moon, baby. You in the matrix. You don't even realize it. Got to get into a practice of austerity. What does austerity mean? Went to public school. Don't know what austerity means. Sternness or severity of manner or attitude. So, sternness is Saturn, right? The manner or attitude would be the Jupiter trine Venus aspect. What is your manner or attitude? Do you love the spiritual nature? Do you understand it? Do you want to understand it? Are you willing to understand your spiritual side? Or are you just trying to figure out how to get some more goddamn DAC? What you mean by that? You ain't really about the spiritual life. You really on Planet of Fish and Hinge. Let's be honest. See, I just want a man, hood. I just want a man that's gonna treat me right. So I'm on Hinge. I'm on Bumble, Bumblebee. Buzz. Hope somebody sting me tonight. Austerity, extreme plainness, simplicity of style or appearance, conditions characterized by sternness or aestheticism. Severe self discipline. Why severe? Because, say, for instance, you got a mean ass mom or a mean ass dad, and you know, like, my mom and dad don't play that shit. I would never do that. My mom and dad will kick my ass, right? But then when it comes to you, you out here smoking crack, out here twerking at red lights and shit. But then we'll say, yeah, I couldn't do that if my mom and dad was here. They'd both fucking trip out on my ass. So what that means unto yourself, you don't have no real discipline. Only your mom and dad can discipline you. Now, you might have a little bit of discipline, but not really discipline. Well, when you serious about making a change, you would then implement severe self-discipline. Severe self-discipline or aestheticism is what we're talking about when we talk about austerity or plainness. We reference plainness as a way to remove all of the ego's trinkets, bells and whistles. You know, I seen a nigga with an ankh one time that was like 4 feet tall. I was like, man, that nigga spiritual as hell. I ain't never seen the nigga more spiritual than that nigga. He had a motherfucking 7 foot goddamn ankh. He had to drag that motherfucker. I be seeing beautiful girls. You ever see you have a spiritual girl, you know, you might get into some real freaky shit the previous night. She wake up with a different energy. She throwing her little head wrap, the little white head wrap, be on our purity vibe, burning incense and shit. Like, girl, you was not that. You was just a demon last night. Now you a pure goddess. How that work? Throwing her ankh chain. I'm a healer. We ain't talking about that. We talking about full-fledged austerity. And we just learning too. The term dharma implies a range of meaning and cannot be indicated in a suitable synonym. So when we talk about dharma, we're talking about planetary consciousness, and that would be like Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, like all of the planets, and then be like, well, explain to me all of the planets in a synonym. Well, you couldn't necessarily do that. But broadly speaking, it means righteousness or right living. So once again, when you understand your chart and you begin to embody and implement and apply the information that is encoded in your chart, and you begin to live in that, that is considered right living. This is why it's no real clear indication on how one should live their life, because all of our charts are different. And this sense is related to the behavior of individuals, thought, word, and deed inclusive, and encompasses one's duty, also known as karma, right? Lord Krishna makes it clear to Arjuna that it's important for him to follow his dharma and fight against the injustice meted out, whatever. Just as hunger or thirst is personal and cannot be outsourced, so is the pursuit of one's duty. So, the same way, only if a spiritual person, you was hungry and you could go to a spiritual person, they give you food, you was thirsty, and you could go to a spiritual person, they give you drink, then you could also say, this person know what's best for me, right? But that's not the case. When you hungry, you take your black ass. I don't know why everybody got a black ass, but everybody all of a sudden got a black ass growing up in the black community. Go get your black ass some food. Yes, ma'am. My mom thirsty. Go get your black ass some water then. Yes, ma'am. Mama, can you drink the water for me so I can't be thirsty no more? Boy, if you don't get your ass out, get your black ass and get some water and drink that water, boy. I can't drink the water for you. Mama, can you eat the food for me so I don't be boy, if you don't be like a baby bird, can you chew it and then spit it in my mouth? No. Your chart, your spiritual development, your ability to understand the multifaceted nature of yourself is personal and cannot be outsourced. So even understand, I'm not even promoting getting a reading, because a reading will not suffice for the constant studying and understanding of your chart. I'm sorry, it just won't work that way. So is the pursuits of one's duty, swadharma, devolved by virtue of birth, circumstances, and gunas. So let's go this. The pursuit of one's duty is devolved by virtue of birth, because you can live on your purpose and path without being in a human vessel. Because every night, one's in the chat, if every night you going on an adventure to do some shit, and you be doing like every night, I be having a whole nother life taking place. I be in a whole nother place, and I've been taking my Cloud 9 capsules. Shameless plug. Every night in the dream world been lit. I promise you that. I took my Cloud 9 capsules in the dream world been lit. But beyond that, the whole experience of life and existence is being devolved by birth. This is why Jupiter adopted us, because if Jupiter never adopted us, we would still be in the cycle of reincarnation just by living, fucking, going to the club. Hey, it's a cookout on Saturday. Nigga, I'm there. What you want me to bring? Shit, nigga. All right, babe. Cook some of them goddamn ribs. We going to the cookout on Saturday. Jermaine and them throwing one. Hell yeah. You know they throw the best cookouts. Yep, we gonna go to the cookout and listen to all the songs we've been hearing for the past 40 years on repeat. We do the same weird ass dances. That's ritual. Man, listen, we gonna have a good ass time. That's all I know. Jermaine, I'll be there. My girl said she was gonna cook the ribs. She gonna start marinating them shits when we go home, nigga. Hell yeah. You know we animals, right? What you mean by that? Never mind. We'll talk about it later. I think the Hood Mystic doing a video tonight about it. Sounds good. The advice is to adhere to one's dharma. Though we may not be able to do it perfectly and not take upon the duties of another, though we may be able to accomplish it well. The latter choice of adopting another's duty is likely to jeopardize one's spiritual progress. And this is something that you got to learn to stand on. You trying to solve your kids' problems, your mama's problems, your dad's problems. I just hear it so effortlessly when people just talk. Like, it's like, you really trying to solve these people's problems, ain't you? That is not spiritual. That is not spiritual. I would love for everybody in my life to take up the mantle of spiritual development and soul development, but it is their motherfucking choice. If they want to be a fucking animal and eat meat and get dick down and chase pussy, they probably gonna do that. And I'm gonna be like, son, leave that pussy alone. Leave that meat alone. Leave that bullshit alone. I be actually talking to my kids. They be looking at me like I'm crazy as hell. And I understand that because when I was a little kid and people tried to give me wisdom, I looked at them like they was crazy as hell. They need to understand and understand and grasp the concept of Jupiter in their life. And if they don't, they will just be a human, fucking and sucking, dicking and ducking. And that's it. That's all people do. Well, what's the solution? You have to prioritize your spiritual progress and spiritual development by understanding your chart. Understanding your chart, understanding your chakras. I lay all of this shit out. And the truth of this shit is that, yeah, you need time, energy, and resources because you need to buy the shit. Like you need to buy the herbs, or you need to grow the herbs. You need to buy the seeds. You got to have the land to grow the herbs. You got to have resources. You got to have the books. You got to have the knowledge. You got to be willing to read the book and take the notes and understand and overstand what you're reading. You can't buy my books and just sit there and read the shit. It's not a fucking fiction book. It ain't The fucking Color Purple. It's educational books. It's spiritual education. I'm giving you the codes and keys to the different aspects of your soul. You think that I'm just a nigga that's just out here that you can like fuck with and chill with and link with and I'm just a cool ass nigga? No, the fuck I'm not, bro. I'm not like that for real. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I don't want to be like that. Nobody gonna make me be like that. I'm here for one particular reason. To help you understand who you are so you can begin to listen to yourself. And once you begin to listen to yourself, I've done my job. But this is part of my work. And part of my work is to not get involved with other people's work because I'm not about to jeopardize my spiritual progress. Hood, this shit is going on in my life and this, that, and the third. Damn, that's crazy. What make you think that ain't no crazy shit going on in my life because I'm doing this shit? That ain't true. I'm still trying to figure out the matrix, but like I don't really be trying to figure out the matrix a lot of times. I don't be trying to figure out people's spiritual progress. So you never know it, motherfuckers. I be having to take care of me. What does that look like? It looked like a whole bunch of different things. at a different time. I suggest you take care of you. What does that look like? It's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take resources. The time and energy and resources that I'm taking, I'm still taking it. I'm still in the process. Like I said, this whole conversation, this whole build, my understanding of Jupiter has opened up a different phase of understanding for me. So, whereas the more spiritual work I'm doing out of faith and trust, I'm now getting the downloads and the understanding. So just continue in that tradition. Get you a cauldron, get you some charcoal, get you some dry herbs, burn those herbs, drink those teas, sleep good. Make sure you are able to go to sleep at night and tune in and tap into the celestial energies. If you got a shorty with you, if you got a dude with you, and you're making love, that's cool. But at the end of the day, it's about the dream world. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Waking up, journaling your dreams, understanding your dreams, because in that you're going to be led on what you need to do and progress in the world spiritually. Your dreams, your visions, your understanding and overstanding, your information, the things that you will learn, these things are going to lead you. These things are going to be your guide. However, the humans that you come across, the humans that you come in contact with, these are going to be role models. And you need to tell these niggas to go to hell, right? There's nobody here to teach you. There's nobody here to guide you. You are here to guide yourself, but you need to develop a practice of austerity, a severe self discipline to tune yourself into the understanding and overstanding. I suggest people start here. If you don't know and you want to know, this is just where I would start. Get a PDF book bundle. We got Astrology Explained, got Chakra Nova, Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience, got a Shadow Work Journal. It's all PDFs though, right? But you can also, you know what I'm saying, this is ColumbianExchange.com, by the way. Get you a book bundle, which is basically all of the books that I ever put out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just start. You know what I'm saying? It's a start. It's a and you know, so many people, whether on here or on Amazon in real life, it helps them understand this stuff, you know. So read the reviews, hear what other people have to say. Because I just Spirit have been really just on my ass about my next video is going to be on the sacred whore. We're going to break down the sacred whore a little bit more. And a sacred whore, whether you know it or not, is just a woman that studies astrology. So any woman that studies astrology, you're a sacred whore. You're basically a whore. I'm gonna get some sound effects on that one. I want to have that black youngster sound effects. Whore, little whore. But yeah, I've been doing research on whore. Come to find out, a whore is just a girl that study her birth chart. Interesting shit, you know what I'm saying? But please, please, please study your birth chart, get an understanding of it. You don't know where to start, you don't want to get a reading, and you want to understand it for yourself. Get Astrology Explained for 1111, one of the coldest books on astrology. There's over 31 reviews on this book on Columbian Exchange, even more reviews on this book on Amazon. We got a workbook, how to read natal charts, so you can put the chart in your own words. But once again, this book is harder to understand if you don't read Astrology Explained. I would read this first, and this will help you kind of fill in the blanks and deal with your chart. But yeah, man, real stuff happening. And of course, if you want to connect your chakras to your astrology, you got to get a spiritual being having a human experience. I heard it was a book club being started on this book. I'm gonna tap in and tune into that if that is true. You know, how motherfuckers be lying with their black ass. I don't even know why everybody ass is black, but that's just how it is out here in the streets. So That's been my presentation. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to Barry White. Shout out to Glodine White. Them been my spiritual guides talking to me over this past couple of weeks. I love when Barry White paid me a visit. Barry White, one of them spirits that come through when you having a tough time and come uplift you. He uplift you with money, talent, and beautiful house. So shout out to Barry White and his energy. Tap in to Barry White, listen to some Barry White CDs. I'm sure you will have a wonderful listening experience that'll take you to those particular galaxies. When we talk about music, we're talking about chords, we're talking about the seven chakras, we're talking about being able to tap into extraterrestrial knowledge and information. That's why a lot of this shit is like being done by AI and stuff like that, because they're trying to disconnect humans from the celestials. Got more things to talk about. Um, Sidereal astrology is just astrology. I don't know. I wouldn't classify it as your inner world or nothing like that. It's just astrology. Western astrology is made up. Just a made up system by a white man back in the day. Right. So with that being said, man, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully you got a deeper understanding of spiritual information and spiritual education. Um, I like to keep it spiritual, but I also like to keep it ratchet on this channel. So be on the lookout for more ratchet content, more reactions, things like that, because I'm interested in that shit too. I'm just a multi-talented, multifaceted character, and so are you. Share your story. Start a YouTube page. Let me know if you do have a YouTube page. Let's collab. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I shouldn't be the only one with a YouTube page. We all need YouTube pages. So I'm always inspiring my friends and family to start YouTube pages, because this YouTube page actually changed my life. And you never know who you could connect with in the world, in the planet, by just speaking your truth. It's a beautiful thing to be able to do that and connect with like minds. So with that being said, you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful full moon. Make it special. Do some spiritual work, make some love, make some babies. I don't know. Do something. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.